Joseph Parker seems to be in limbo, you know. Joseph Parker vs Lucas Browne in works for August. What do I think of this? To be honest, Joseph Parker's been in a little bit of the news. I mean, look, all heavyweight boxers and all boxers have been talking a lot while being in lockdown, you know, calling out opponents, promising certain fights, saying they're going to beat guys. I mean, you had Errol Spence saying he'd wipe Crawford, he'd beat Floyd Mayweather. You know, you got all these guys saying this. You got Joshua saying that he would have come forward and bashed up Wilder. You got Wilder saying that he's not making excuses, but Fury ain't the real champ. You got Fury dancing on Instagram. Like, you got everything happening. You got Parker. Where do we start with Parker? Let's start with the one that I think is interesting, the most interesting point. Parker's trainer. What's his name again? Kevin Barry. Former trainer of David Tua. Kevin Barry is the kind of character where, to me, and this is what I see from my perspective, he seems like someone who's very conniving and is more of a dad figure than an actual trainer. Now, you guys are going to ask, why would I think that? What's made me think that? Well, even in such fights that Parker's had, every top level fight Parker's had, he hasn't dominated. Fact. He hasn't dominated any top level fight he has had. Facts. And hey, someone might say, well, when you get to the top level, no fight's easy. How many rounds do you think Joshua won against Takam when he fought Takam? Just a question. Which was all fought Takam, he stopped him. Yeah, he was getting bashed up, but he stopped him. On the record, that was a decisive knockout. Put Takam on his bum twice. If Fury fought Joshua, do you think it would be a tight, close fight? Might be because of styles. But I doubt it. Fury wasn't in no rush to fight Joshua before, you know, when he was undefeated. No rush. When Joshua beat Andy Ruiz in the rematch, he won basically every round. When Parker fought Andy Ruiz, that was a majority split, whatever you want to call decision. Razor thin. When he fought Takam, Joseph Parker, razor thin. I mean, I had him beating Takam, but it was still a competitive, tough fight. Takam has never been a world champion. Even the Fury fight, that was tight. Parker edged it. Is Parker relying too much on his physical gifts? Because in each fight, that's basically what's won him the fight. His speed and his footwork. That's it. When he fought the likes of Ruiz, it was his feet that got him the win. He took a few shots, but he came in the inside and he came up quick. And he managed to move around and evade most of the shots because of his feet. When he fought Takam, I don't know what style Takam was trying to employ, but Takam was trying to box a little bit and move around as well. And Parker, I mean, if you look at that fight, any given day, you could have it for each. You know, you could have it for Takam, you could have it for Parker. Both guys were quite cagey. You know, and Joseph Parker got a bit tired in that fight as well, and so did Takam. So it was a bit of a which style do you like more? Because I think Parker threw more punches. Fury. Fury was moving around too much, being too negative. So to the bird's eye, it basically looked like Parker was pressing him, but Parker was looking a little bit clumsy and scruffy at times, not really landing clean, not looking comfortable coming forward. A big rangy guy that can throw a loop in and a wobbly jab in your face. He looked a bit out of ideas. Yeah, he won the fight, but it was quite a confusing and sticky fight to win. And Fury's that kind of fighter. He's very difficult. You're not telling me who had an easier job with Fury? Joseph Parker or 39-year-old Povetkin? The same Povetkin that's going to fight Dillian Whyte. When Parker fought Joshua, I mean, that fight was so boring, I don't even remember it. Besides, that fight is more famous for the referee than the actual fighters. I mean, that shows a lot, doesn't it? How the referee was just stopping them. I mean, I don't even want to mention that fight. You know what? Tell me how you thought about that fight. Was it close? Was it competitive? Was it what? Maya had Joshua won on points. Kept him on the jab, and Parker couldn't really release any punches. Fought Dillian Whyte, got roughed up, bullied for most of the fight, got dropped. Yeah, he came back and showed some grit, but it was too late in the 12th round, and he lost the unanimous decision. I mean, who has Parker dominated at good fashion to say, yes, I've beaten this guy at this level, I'm ready to compete? And I'll tell you fighters have done it. I'll tell you every guy in the top 10 who's done it against a fighter. Tyson Fury. Dominated Vladimir Klitschko. Won nearly every, he won most of the rounds. And don't get twisted, to win those rounds in Germany, and for them to give it to you, that means for you to fight a long-reigning champion in his back home, where he's dominated guys and had iffy, roughed up guys and the referee's been a bit itchy, for you to dominate him and not knock him down, that's a dominating fashion. When's the last time you see someone defeat a champion on points in his hometown in recent memory? Do you get the point? Look at Joshua. He dominated Ruiz. He's dominated guys at that fringe level before. Dominated Brazil. Yeah, Klitschko was a tough fight. But he's got these guys out of there, most of them. Except for Parker. You know? Dominated Ruiz in the rematch. Dominated him. Ruiz was out of shape. I don't want to hear it. He dominated Ruiz. That's somebody. Ruiz is at world level. Vladimir Klitschko was at world level. Deontay Wilder. Well, in the rematch, he's flattened Luis Ortiz. Can say what you want about Deontay Wilder. He flattened Luis Ortiz twice. Luis Ortiz ain't got the best resume, he ain't the best fighter, but he's still, if Parker fought Ortiz and beat Ortiz, I'm pretty sure everybody would say Ortiz is Parker's best win. That makes sense. So Deontay Wilder dominated Ortiz. Yeah, he was behind on points every round, but he knocked him out. And for me, once you knock out somebody or you stop them or you destroy them on points, that's a dominating win. You knocked him out clean with one punch, put him down. When's the last time Joseph Parker knocked out a top 15 heavyweight clean with one punch? You want to get back to me on that, yeah? I'm not a hater, I'm just being real. Parker has failed to prove himself at certain levels. It's all good knocking out Chaz Witherspoons and Kajani. You even knock out Kajani. But you know what I mean? It's all good beating these kind of guys, yeah. But the question with Parker is he ever going to get back to the top without having a world title? The reason he fought Joshua, had that world title. The reason he fought Dillian was because he had that fight with Joshua and he did good numbers and he had a world title. The reason he fought Takams and Park and Ruiz's and Hughie Fury's was because it was all linked to his final eliminator, all linked to the world title. Without the world title, can Parker come from scratch, fight his way, and become a world champion? That's the question. That's going to show how good Joseph Parker is. Yeah, it's all good Kevin Barry saying, Whitehead butted us and we were dizzy. I don't buy all that rubbish. Excuses again. Who have you beat since you lost to Dillian Whyte? Chad Witherspoons. You couldn't even stop. You couldn't even put down Leopold, who's been stopped multiple times. Alex Flores. Who the hell? Who are these guys you beat? Lucas Browne got stopped by Dave Allen, who got stopped by David Price, who got stopped by Chisora, who got stopped by Dillian Whyte. That is who you're fighting. There's levels. If you can beat, this is supposed to be the guy that beat Andy Ruiz, former world champion. Huh? And you're fighting why would you fight Lucas Browne? People are going to say, well, who else is going to fight? Everyone else is tied in. Michael Hunter's sitting there. You see, Hunter vs Parker is an excellent fight. But it's a risk. Is it a risk that Parker's willing to take? Might not be big money. Be decent, don't get it twisted on the zone. But can Parker detain a young, fast, youthful guy? Probably maybe even faster than him. More youthful, more desire. I got Hunter winning that fight on points. Close though. Could go either way. I don't see him stopping Parker, but I can definitely see him winning on points. Out jabbing him, maybe out moving him around. Depends what kind of style Hunter implicates, but that's a tough fight for Parker. So he could have easily fought him. You got the Parker, you got the Chisora Usyk winner. I mean, what's the excuse of not fighting Hunter? He's a matchroom, you're a matchroom. Plenty of good guys that were matchroom. Hrgovic is definitely better than Lucas Browne at this point. Why not fight Hrgovic? You know, Hrg's got a pretty decent stable of heavyweights. But you're pricking Lucas Browne? Why would you fight Lucas Browne? What does Lucas Browne offer? He lost to Dave Allen in 2 rounds. Body shot, put him down. Something tells me it's going to take you a while to put him down. Yeah, you might throw tippy tappy tough punches and little combinations and referee might stop it, but unless this guy can knock out Browne in 1 round and show an explosive win, no one really cares about that fight. If he struggles against Browne, he's going to get criticised. If he just beats him, he's going to get criticised. If he dominates him, probably still going to get criticised because nobody asked for that fight. You've had 3 warm-ups since you've lost. 3 warm-ups. And people are going to say, yeah, he tried to fight Derek. Coincidentally, a spider bite happened when he went in to fight Derek. But when he was fighting these journeymen and these Chaz Witherspoons and these Leopies and these Flores, there was no spiders around to bite him, was there? Just a coincidence, I suppose. What I'm saying is, I think Joseph Parker's a brilliant fighter. No, this is not some Joseph Parker hating video. He's a brilliant fighter. He's young, he's fast. And I think he can give the big heavyweights, and you can give a lot of heavyweights tough fights, don't get it twisted. But, like Box and Beats Around said on his title, is he a contender or is he a pretender? Because we do not know Joseph Parker. We do not know where he is. We don't even know if he's a top 5, top 10 heavyweight yet. Yeah, you beat Andy Ruiz. How long ago was that? Can you beat Andy Ruiz now? Why don't you fight Ortiz? Why don't you fight Michael Hunter? Why don't you rematch Ortiz? I'm sure people would rather see you rematch Ruiz. Charles Martin even. Brazil. Why are you shouting and saying, oh, Dillian Whyte is agitated? What? The guy is fighting Povetkin. Let him go. Barry Hunter. Well, Barry Hunter. Kevin Barry, that's it. Kevin Barry. Oh, Dillian Whyte would Ruiz would destroy Dillian Whyte. I don't think so. I mean, you didn't destroy Ruiz at all. You weren't even close to destroying Ruiz. You barely did anything for rounds against Dillian Whyte. You know, when he was knackered in the 12th, so you did something. And you barely put any sting on AJ when you fought him, so what are you talking about? You've got a track record for not really delivering on your promises. Someone's getting knocked out against me and Joshua. You guys fiddled your way to a points decision. You know, Parker's really got to step up. And I'm saying change your trainer because I don't think Kevin Barry's going to develop him as a person and as a fighter forward. Because all this little Mr. Nice Guy and him and Higgins laughing and smiling, you need to be told, mate, listen, get in the gym, let's train, let's get these fights, let's take some risks, let's get your career going. You lost twice up top level. You've got to come back now. Beat a good contender. Beat a Chisora. Do you understand? Beat a Brazil. Beat a Charles Martin. Get yourself up in the rankings. Don't just sit there and fight Chaz Witherspoons and Lucas Brownes that mean nothing. Lucas Browne was about to fight Tom Little. And you want to fight him. Like, come on. Let me know what you guys think. Is Parker on it? Is Parker just making an excuse? What do you think about all this Higgins and Kevin Barry talking so much? Like, stop talking and just be quiet and train. How are you calling out a guy who's going to fight someone? Dillian's fighting Povetkin. If Povetkin's not ready, I'll jump in. Do you deserve to jump in? Do you? I know a couple contenders that are more. I'd rather see Dillian Whyte fight. I'll be honest with you. I'd rather see him fight an Ortiz. Yeah, Ortiz has only earned his way to fight for the mandatory spot for Dillian Whyte. But who's under Dillian Whyte on the WBC? Definitely ain't Parker. I can tell you that for sure. Let me know what you guys think.